Hello and welcome back. My name is Lori McNorton, Floral Design Coordinator for Super Floral. Today, as a part of our series on the how-to videos for the budding designer, we're going to design a beautiful garden flower crown. To design a flower crown, a few supplies that you'll definitely need would be wire, your floral tape, and adhesive glue. So, first of all, we're going to start out with a base for the flower crown. So what I'm doing is taking my wire and I'm going to cover it with the green tape. Now, one piece isn't going to be big enough to go around this person's head. So what I'm going to do is cut about half of this, half of a wire. And when I get down to about 2/3, I'm going to add this in. Nothing hard about that. Just continue taping. It just gives you the extra length, and this will definitely go around the crown of someone's head. Now, if you're doing this for a wedding or prom or something, you can measure the person's head with maybe a piece of twine or a piece of ribbon. That way you have the length and the perfect fit for the individual's circumference of their head. Next, what we're going to do is I've got some baby's breath, some variegated ivy, and then we'll add in some jasmine just for that garden flowy look. So, and this I've just cut off a plant and I put it in cold water, let it harden off, and it'll hold up just fine. Just a little trick. The gyp, I'm just going to cut off these little laterals, cut off what I think we might need. Start with that. I'm sure we'll need more. But I'm going to start off with a little cluster of baby's breath. Now I'm going to start taping this in about 1 inch, because then that gives me room to attach to the other end. But you're not really going to see that, because what we're going to do, like I said, start attaching the gyp to the wire. Now this is where it can get a little tricky. It can get twisted up in your clothes and the greenery, but actually it's not too difficult. So again, just another cluster. I'm just going to keep adding in. Now I don't want this to be totally baby's breath, which you could do that. You could do the whole thing baby's breath and then go in and glue some of your blossoms. But I kind of like more of a free form garden look. So I've got this piece of ivy, and what I'm going to do is again tape this in. Once you get used to working with this, it'll get easier with what you should do with all this extra. But I'm going to kind of leave it a little loose. I'm going to go back. I'm going to attach it in the middle. And I'm going to attach it at the end. And there's really no set way. Just in the end, it's all going to be covered. And you can also, like I said, you can glue a lot of the greenery and the gyp, but I like to have a base. So, take another little cluster of baby's breath. Tape that in. This one, again, I'm just kind of pinched it in. I'm just taping this several times around so it's nice and secure. And you can make this as heavy as you want or as loose as you want. This one we're going to add in some blossoms and hydrangea add another element of greenery with the jasmine. This one I want the ivy to kind of stand out, so I'm just going to work it in, cut off my tape, bind it. We're almost to the end of this one. I can usually get it swinging pretty good. And there again, I kind of have an end to where these two will connect. But, so this is our base to the crown. Now, and you can always go back and glue more in. I think the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to, you can glue the sweethearts or the spray roses in, but I'm going to also show you how easy it is. Actually, what I'm going to do is put my glasses on so I can see this small detail. So we're just going to wire and tape a few of the larger blossoms. And if you have a larger blossom that you want to do, this is probably the easiest thing to do, just to make sure that it's secure. But the adhesive glue will pretty much hold just about anything. It's a wonderful product. So, you know, as you're doing this, you know that this is going to be about the center, and I don't really want a big rose right smack in the center. So I'm just going to kind of go off to the side. And again, I'm just going to take a piece of tape. Tape that in. Cut off our little excess wire here. And they all don't have to be going the same direction because we're wanting this garden free flowing kind of look. All right, next, let me get my adhesive glue here. And I've got a little bit of this beautiful antique hydrangea. And I'm just again going to take little clusters. And glue this in. I am making sure that where I'm gluing, that there is some foliage or the baby's breath, something that it can adhesive to than just the wire. You can tuck it in around the ivy. You just want, it doesn't take a lot. One more little piece. I love hydrangeas. Let's just kind of work it in here with the rose. This off a little bit. All right, once we've got the hydrangea, let's put a few more little rosebuds in there. And you can use all different kinds of blossoms. Might fit their color theme. Look of their wedding. All right. Well, let's see. We'll also have some stalk blossoms. These are gorgeous. Well, let's do this. Cut them apart. And again, I'm just going to kind of work them in. I like some to be out, some to be deep down in. Kind of gives it depth, gives it that garden look. And then just for fun, how about a few daisy blossoms? Whoops. Just a couple. Maybe one more. I'm just leaving the stem long enough that it gives me something to glue to. A little dab up here and then at the end of the stem. Okay. Then if you feel like your baby's breath has all kind of gotten flat in there, just add a little extra. Because I don't want it to be flat. I want it to have some body, have some movement. Yes, glue is messy, but again, what a wonderful tool it is. Especially when it comes to prom work and wedding work. All right, we're getting there. Get this off here. Get this out of the way. Last, I have some jasmine vine, which this is going to give it that ultimate garden look. And there is no right or wrong. We're just going to weave it in. All right. Then you'll probably want this to set for just a little bit so the glue can dry a little bit. But then once that's done, then you're going to take these two ends. Left this one here and this one, and we're just going to tape those together. Not glue, tape. Pull that nice and secure and tight. That a little bit. Like I said, once that's completely glued, here. And there you have a beautiful flower crown, and you'll see that displayed in the picture in the magazine. You can see this technique in the June print edition of Super Floral in the Workbench Basics. So tune in next month. We're going to do Christmas in July. Until then, have a super floral day.